Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome back to the Spirit's Path. And this is your October horoscope for 2021. And the cards are already falling out, so we'll talk about that here in a minute. So let's recap what's going on this year. This is the year of the ancestor, and we are marching to our own beat, listening to that spiritual universal beat. You know, we've become dedicated to walk through those birch trees that's on our spiritual path. You started January out with clearing things out. You know, and that's a great time at the beginning of the year is clear things out, clear out old thoughts, clear out the old closets, you know, however you want to look at it. In February, it was represented by the Page of Stones. All right, pages are all about learning opportunities and, you know, what can you learn from the situation of clearing things out in January. And as a result, in March, maybe somebody was jealous of you, or maybe you were jealous of somebody else. All right, but hopefully those blessings would put upon you in March. In April, the Queen of Stones showed up, and she was asking you, where do you need to make space, you know, for others, all right, or for other things. Okay, also what needs to be preserved. That was the other question she asked. In May, you felt like you were being exploited. Didn't use your resources correctly. Possibly, you know, people taking advantage of you. All right. To me, this is more about a resource card. So, you know, maybe you weren't managing your resources correctly, or maybe you were, using them correctly. Because in June, that led you to ecstasy and able to, you know, say, hey, I've got a little extra cash in my pocket. I've been able to do this by saving up for this aspect or whatnot. And, you know, so that was the first half of the year. Second half of the year, you started out with some instruction, whether you were the student or you were the teacher. You were learning something new or, you know, teaching something new. And that brought joy to your life in August. Okay. The ability to, you know, give some knowledge to yourself. All right. And, you know, possibly give it out to others. And then the Queen showed up last month, the Queen of Arrows. And, you know, she was asking you, what help do you need to ask for? As well as what's that straightforward approach that's needed. And the card that jumped out for October, Sagittarius, is the Seer. Now, the Seer wears a cloak of wisdom and draws on the wisdom of the world tree, okay? Much like the shaman, you know, the shaman can manifest whatever is out there. The Seer is, has all the four elements at her disposal. Air, water, earth, and, you know, fire. Okay, and she likes to speak in riddles. Okay, but if you listen, she will give you wisdom for your journey that's moving on. So, you know, the Queen of Arrows is, you know, last month you need to ask for what you want. Okay, and the Seer heard that question, and it's coming out. But to understand the insight in the knowledge that she has, you have to be still. You have to be still from within, almost like that hooded man. Okay, but not in contemplation. It's just being still in the moment. Okay, and she acts as a guide to that soul. The soul as it's moving forward for the manifestation of creative and artistic work. You know, she's got that bowl of nurturing sitting right there for you, and she just wants you to, you know, take a little drink of that, okay? Because she is the inspiration for music or writing or poetry or, you know, creating whatever is out there in the world. And this could be for you moving forward, Sagittarius, this month in October, that, you know, while Mercury is retrograde, you know, allows you to take a step back and be inspired to write something or to sing something or to come up with some new dance moves or something right there. Okay? So the Seer wants you to focus on your power and let it flow and manifest that inner spirit to help bring joy and resource, you know, a pleasure to others. Okay? So let's see how the rest of this month turns out for you, Sagittarius. The first week is going to be Two of Arrows in Injustice. Now, the Two of Arrows in Injustice, you know, it's about equality and fairness, and we don't always see that within the world. Both the you know, she's standing on top of the bows and she's holding the arrows and she's blinded. Okay, she's blinded to what's going on in the world because she wants to see that justice play out. Now, what I like about this card and what I always say about this card is that in order to seek out what that injustice is, you have to find out what the truth of the matter is. You have to seek out the truth to react to that injustice that's out there. And how does that relate to the Seer card? Okay, if you are focusing on your power and letting it flow, if you are focusing on that creativity, Sagittarius, and trying to manifest that artistic spirit, trying to manifest and create, a writing or something like that, the Injustice card during this first week of October and the Mercury retrograde is letting you know that there are going to be critics to your work, okay, and not to let those critics get down into you, okay. Keep writing, keep drawing, keep sculpting, keep doing what you got to do, okay. And maybe seek out some more truth as to why they're saying what they're saying. Maybe they're jealous of you, okay. Maybe they don't have the skill that you have, okay. But during this first week of Mercury retrograde in October, don't let that injustice stop you from using your creative endeavors to move forward. That second week, Sagittarius, is represented by the Hooded Man. Now, again, this is another life lessons card. The Seer wants you to look within. Okay, now this Hooded Man is coming to you in the second week during this Mercury retrograde. Maybe there was some injustice the week before, but look within. Look within at what's happening to you. Okay, contemplate, what has transpired over the last couple months, last couple weeks. Okay, and look and say to yourself, I can be still like the Seer wants me to be, and I can listen for that wisdom that she has. But I still need to, look at the fear within. Maybe that first week of October drew some fears for you, and you need to find out where those fears came from. Contemplate on that. Talk to the Wren and figure out the wisdom to, take care of those issues that you had from last week with the injustice, right? The third week in October, Sagittarius is going to be represented by Seven of Arrows insecurity. And that doesn't surprise me. This doesn't surprise me as it's coming up because, the Seven of Arrows insecurity, you started, again, we're in that last week of that Mercury retrograde in October. Here you've got this injustice, some critique that happened against your work. And it brought the fears out with that Hooded Man, allowing you to contemplate. Okay, now, with the insecurity, you are standing on this rock and saying, oh, woe is me. Why does this have to happen to me during Mercury retrograde? Why can't this just, happen to me some other time, like when this doesn't happen, right? The arrows are piercing you, the critiques, the communications, and it's gotten you down. And the vines are grabbing you because of the fear and the worry that's coming through, Sagittarius. You were contemplating those fears and worries the week before with the Hooded Man. What you can do here is step down off that rock, Sagittarius. That, you have control over the fears and worries about what's going on in your life. You can control how are you moving forward. Okay? And that's what the Seer's trying to tell you. Okay, you have to listen to the riddles of what this insecurity does. So by standing on that rock, you're allowing the vines to grab you. You're allowing the arrows to pierce you during this insecurity. Okay? And how does this relate to the Seer, right? The Seer is drawing on that wisdom, but she's also showing you that you've got the power to step down off that rock. You've got the power to continue on your journey, okay, by not letting those worries and doubts cloud your judgment as you're moving forward. And during the fourth week of October, Sagittarius, and I apologize for the long cutting, but they got to do what they got to do, right? That fourth week brings you to the Seven of Vessels in mourning. You're out of the Mercury retrograde. You're moving forward. All right, now your cups are empty. This has been a very stressful month for you, okay, based on the themes. And, you know, your cups are empty now. So maybe there was a work in progress that was going on. And the seer's trying to tell you, you know what? Don't focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. All right? By looking at the injustice that's going on in the world, okay, look at the injustice of what's happening to you, okay? By able to contemplate and reflect on what's happening in your own life, taking that stillness. But you're up on that rock, taking care, you know, taking those arrows at you. And as a result, it's kind of got you into a negative mood. It's got you mourning what has happened in the past, all right? But the seer, if we talk about mourning in the seer, you know, she's speaking in riddles. She's saying, yes, you got empty cups, but you can also refill those cups up. She wants to, you know, she's letting you know that all you have to do is walk up to that, you know, that pool that she's got that she's looking in. It says, you know, dip your cup into this, right? Don't let these arrows bind you. Don't let the worries and fears grab you, because I'm here to give you that stillness. I'm here to give you that manifesting spirit that's out there for you, Sagittarius. I'm here, you know, at your disposal. Don't turn your back on me. That's what she's trying to say. So, you know, in the month of October, during this Mercury retrograde, this is going to be rough for you, Sagittarius. I'm not going to lie to you. And, you know, you look at everything else that's been transpiring, you know, you've had the joy and you're swimming in different ponds with the swan. And, you know, you got that straightforward approach. But, you know, draw on the wisdom of the seer. Draw on the wisdom of what you have on your journey as you're moving forward. So there you have it, Sagittarius. That's the card of the month, the seer. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And this is D for the Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you in the month of November. Take care, God bless, stay safe, everybody.